Right, good morning. Also, continuing this conversation, Surah 29, verse 56. Uh, it says, Allah is saying to his servants, so my servants who have believed, my earth is spacious, so worship only me, meaning Allah, right? So the channel message for to whom the book was revealed. O my servants who have believed, Allah's earth is spacious, so worship only Allah, right? Meaning the earth, this earth, right, that we live in, people have been asking, oh, who owns earth, who runs this reality, who runs earth, right? The earth doesn't belong to any human being, none. Nobody belonging to government, nobody belonging to those who run capitalist enterprises, right? It doesn't belong, right? The earth doesn't belong to anybody, right? The earth belongs to everybody, in fact, right? Because it belongs to Allah, right? Because it belongs to Allah, the earth belongs to everybody, and particularly, right, as a form of justice to those who were historically underrepresented and abused and all that with regard to our colonial history, right? So the earth is spacious, Allah is saying, and there's a lot of space on the earth, so that there should be no need for overcrowding in certain areas and different all these different urban things that people don't really like, or I don't know if people like these things, but anyhow, if you do not like it, Allah is saying that the earth is spacious, that you can actually move around, right? You can actually move freely around uninhibited, right? Because the earth belongs to Allah, it belongs to everybody, right? And it doesn't mean and it does not mean that people can invade people like what happened in the past, that they could try to repeat that with regard to the same set and same group of people, right, who invaded, stole, right, invaded and stole everything that they possibly can from different nations in order to build their own nations, right? That's not what this verse means at all, right? The timing of this that I'm speaking this, right, is a form of justice for what happened back then, and then we are closing a cycle, right? So the book is about bringing about a form of justice for what happened in the past, and then wrapping up that cycle, right? So whoever owe money to whoever and whatever the case due to our colonial history and reparations that need to be paid and so on, right, that needs to be completed and fulfilled in this lifetime before um, it could progress in any manner and so on, right? So we pick up on this conversation tomorrow, right? So again, this is a conversation on monotheism too, but each verse, although it speaks to monotheism, it ties in some principle or some practice. It ties in both a principle and practice, right? So even though the verses that I speak about, and you will realize this as we progress, right? Even though I've been pointing out verses in the Quran that speak to monotheism, right? The verses also speak to some kind of principle or practice that needs to be fulfilled within this time frame, right? In order for any progress to take place, evolution to take place, and so on, right? So wrapping up this, talk to you all tomorrow.